En dat was gewoon feedback dat we ook geprobeerd te doen. Ja, maar vooral als het publiek dan daar staat, dat is heel goed. Soms heb ik ook sowieso moeilijk gewoon zo.
J'ai vu Tech Point, j'ai beaucoup de questions. Là, te veel blabla. Te veel blabla. Niet genoeg scenario, gewoon te veel schermen ook. Ja.
Wel, dat is het probleem. Als je echt er naartoe reist, dan is het
Ladies and gentlemen, the Q&A for feedback is about to begin in 5 minutes. Mesdames et messieurs, Mesdames et messieurs, le Q&A du Take Point commencera dans quelques instants. Dames en heren, de Q&A van Take Point gaat over enkele minuten beginnen.
Ik moet een beetje serieus zijn.
Ja, maar dat zei jij, hè?
Ja, dat zeg ik ook al.
Ja, maar
Kom, geef die micro. Dat is niet te doen. Die.
Ja, wel, die is bezig.
Ik kan de vraag die is om.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us for the Q&A of Take Point. Mesdames et messieurs, le Q&A du Take Point commencera dans quelques instants. Dames en heren, de Q&A van Take Point gaat zo dadelijk beginnen. Takes his mic close enough to.
So hi. Take Point was I just saw it in Cinea. It was a really good movie. So thank you for that. But your movie you did before that was also a really known movie and a really well loved movie by audiences. When you make like a movie that has such a big impact, when you will want to make a new one, are you scared or is it like a challenge that you want to do better than your last movie?
전에 영화가 너무 사랑을 많이 받고 임팩트가 있는 영화였으니까 이번에 영화 촬영했는데 혹시 되게 두려우셨는지 아니면 더 잘하신다고 생각하셨는지 어떤 생각이 드셨는지
그냥 아무 생각 없이 그냥 뭐 전에 영화가 어땠는지에 대한 결과랑은 상관없이 그냥 평소 하는 것처럼 했습니다.
I didn't have any
Veronica.
The mics are recording.
Alles is done. Dit master.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't actually have. I had no specific idea about the last film, so it wasn't framed for me.
Yeah, actually, we saw a lot of actors and extras as well that looked quite a challenge when it comes to organization and stuff. So how was that for you as director, and where did you focus on such busy shooting days?
다양한 배우들이 있으니까 어떤 조정을 하셨는지
글쎄요, 배우분들 스케줄 조절은 뭐 제가 직접 하는 건 아니라
주문이랑 어떤 식으로 이렇게 어울리게 하려고 하셨는지
아하. 네, 그러니까 그런 거 있죠. 그 촬영 전에 사전에 만날 수 있는 기회가 그렇게 많지 않다 보니까 시작하기 한 일주일 전에 다 오셨으니까 그 전에 이제 사전에 뭐 스카이프라든지 뭐 메일 통해서 여러 가지 자료들 많이 주고받고, 스카이프 통해서 많이 미팅하고 전화 통화하고, 그런 식으로 했습니다.
Actually, he couldn't meet them before the shooting many times. So actually, all of them arrived a week before of the shooting. So he tried to contact them as much as he can before the shooting, like in the voicemail or in the Skype and through all these different ways.
And how was the casting process like? Because what is important for you as director that actors should have when they act in this kind of movies?
그 해외 배우분들 같은 경우에는 그 미국 현지에 그냥 캐스팅 디렉터로 일하시고 계신 분은 저희가 먼저 섭외를 해서 그분 통해서 많이 이제 그 오디션 비디오 테이프를 계속 받았었어요. 하루에 100개씩 아마 한 몇천 개 정도 봤던 것 같아요. 용병 팀이 총 13명이니까는 주인공 제외하면 나머지 외국 배우분들만 거기 나오는 분들만 한 12명 되잖아요. 거기 분들 다 그분 통해 그 캐스팅 디렉터 통해서 일일이 다 오디션 비디오 테이프 받아서 보면서
Nice. So we worked with the American casting director. So he sent him the audition tape like endlessly, and like more than 100 per day. So he had to watch like more than thousands for whole, because the mercenary members is like 13 and one of them were Korean, and 12 it should be all foreign members. So he had to check every audition tapes from the US casting director.
There are a lot of different nationalities in this movie, and they all seem to speak different languages. How did you coordinate all that on set? And was it easy, like talking in English, or did you have to repeat a lot? And just how did it go working with such an international cast?
그냥 저 옆에 이렇게 통역해 주신 분도 계셨고, 또 급할 때는 그냥 짧은 영어로도 얘기한 적도 많았고, 네. 뭐 글쎄요, 특별히 뭔가 그런 건 없었던 것 같아요. 그냥 외국 배우분들과 촬영할 때 늘상 있을 수밖에 없는 그런 과정들. 네. 그렇죠. 네.
So there was a translator always with me, and if there's not, or if there's an emergency or urgent issue, that I just talk with them in English in a short way, and then I don't think it's a big barrier, because it always happens when you work with the foreign actor and actresses. So I don't think it's a big problem.
Okay, I'm sure that there are some questions coming from the audience. So, est-ce qu'il y a une question dans la salle? Zijn er vragen vanuit het publiek? Anyone?
Okay, I'll ask a question then. One of the main actors. There is one. I'll ask my question afterwards.
Oui. En français, c'est bon?
Je traduis.
Oui, ok. C'était pour savoir comment le film a été reçu en Corée, surtout avec la collaboration entre le Coréen du Nord et du Sud.
So she wants to know how the movie was received in South Korea. Certainly the bond at the end with the South Korean and the North Korean. She wants to know how...
글쎄요, 뭐 사실 그냥 영화니까요. 이거 뭐 다큐멘터리적인 성격을 띠고 있는 것도 아니고, 영화 안에서 이제 존재하는 그런 정치적인 설정들은 다 어찌 보면은 스토리를 작동시키기 위한 어떤 여러 가지 부품들 중에 하나일 뿐이기 때문에, 사실 한국에서 일반 관객분들도 그런 걸로 뭐 그렇게 크게 심각하게 받아들이시지는 않으셨어요. 또 그게 제 의도이기도 했고, 네, 그래서 그냥 하나의 오락 영화에서 존재하는 그런 설정으로 다 받아들이셨던 것 같아요.
So it wasn't that much serious staying in Korea, and because it's just a movie, not a documentary, and although the audience of Korean audience didn't take it very seriously, because they understand it's a setting of one of the sets on the movie, and it was his intention too.
Another question? Encore une question? All right. So, So actually, I will ask another question then.
No. You want a mic? Can somebody get him a mic? Please.
So there's obviously it's mostly an action film. There's lots of quick cuts, but also longer scenes. So did that pose particular difficulty to direct, as opposed to more of the acting scenes where you have more time to finish filming one actor doing his thing instead of needing to film from different angles all the time and taking these short shots and takes.
촬영할 때 거의 카메라 세대 항시 사용을 해서 그런 부분들에서 발생할 수밖에 없는 그런 시간적인 문제들을 좀 많이 해결을 하려고 했었고 사전에 아마 좀 준비를 많이 했던 것 같아요. 그렇죠? 액션씬 같은 경우에는 촬영 여건상 이제 많은 시간을 들여서 찍을 수 없는 경우가 많았기 때문에 뭐 사전에 뭐 폰티 뭐 촬영 방식에 대한 설계랄지 아니면 카메라 세대들이 어떤 위치에서 각각의 뭐 다른 앵글들을 포착을 해야 될지에 대해서 사전에 많은 준비가 있었다라는 말씀 드리고 싶습니다.
So he always using 3 cameras all the time, and I always aware of the time limits of the shooting. So that's why he took much time to prepare in advance of the shooting. So he always considered about which angle he's gonna take and how he's gonna take and how long it's gonna shoot.
Talking about the cuts, this movie is like almost filmed like more a video game where you really watch through a screen. Was that the idea from the beginning, or is it something that you saw while shooting could be a really good thing?
그 아이디어가 어디서 나왔는지 사전 영화처럼 찍고 게임처럼 찍을 거에 대해서
이 영화에서 처음에 영화 어떻게 찍을까 생각을 할 때 가장 큰 컨셉을 체험이라고 설정을 했었어요. 뭐랄까 사람들이 영화를 그냥 관람하는 것이 아니라 같이 이 공간 안에서 이 주인공과 함께 주고 옆자리에 앉아서 같이 체험을 한다라는 느낌을 주는 것이 가장 중요하다라고 생각했었어요. 그러니까 그러한 전제 아래서 이제 아까 말씀하신 그런 장면들이랄지 뭐 게임 같은 화면이랄지 이런 것들이 그 체험이라는 가장 큰 대전제 아래에서 이제 생겨났던 여러 가지 아이디어들이고요.
So at the first time when I'm thinking about the movie, I try to make it that make audience experience with them, not only just watch. So he wanted to share the point of view of the protagonist. So that's why from this idea, it's lead the way of shooting just like it seems like a game, and then as if the protagonist is just next to you, and then you're sharing all his point of view together.
So obviously there is a strong political dimension in the movie. So actually, what is the message you want to bring with the movie? And like it was already mentioned in a previous question, especially the cooperation between North and South Korea.
사실 정치적인 어떤 그런 거에 대해서 질문 받으면 저는 좀 약간 피하기 마련인데 특별히 뭐 제 의도가 있는 것도 아니고 또 뭐 그런 걸 통해 영화를 통해서 뭔가 제 아이디어로 전달하고 싶었던 것도 아니지만 글쎄요 뭐랄까요 그냥 강대국 사이에 끼어서 뭐랄까 그런 대리전을 치를 수밖에 없는 어떤 그 한국 상황에 대한 현실이라는 거는 뭐 현재도 계속 명백하게 나오고 있는 부분이니까 예, 그런 부분들을 한번 짚어볼 만하겠다라고 생각했었습니다.
So the people tend to avoid the political ideology or political situation, but it wasn't not actually his intention to share the political ideology or putting certain point of view. He just trying to, and he believed like it cannot help the audience put their idea on their interpretation themselves, but he said at the same time it's okay to show them a reality of the relationship between the Korea and North Korea and South Korea. So just try to reflect it.
So another question coming from the audience. Yes, Derek.
There's a lot of medical conditions that need to be taken care of in the film. So, did you have someone to consult with? Are the transfusions we see, for example, taken from real life situations? Would that work in real life, or was it more up to your imagination and maybe the things we saw wouldn't be able, they wouldn't be able to do those things in real life?
네, 그럼요. 그 시나리오 쓸 때 당연히 그 전문의 분들의 어떤 조언과 아이디어들을 많이 조언들을 많이 구했었고요. 또 일부 상황들 같은 경우 좀 영화적으로 좀 허용할 수 있는 상황들도 있었고, 그렇습니다.
Yes, I got advice and some of the ideas from experts, medical experts, but he actually utilized some of the situation that he can use in the movie in a very dramatic way.
Are there any more questions? Encore une question? Zijn er nog vragen? I'll ask one then. The Korean actor in the movie is Byung-woo, which is a really well-known actor in South Korea. Is there like a push you get when you use such a famous actor, or did you just I know you worked with him on a previous movie. Was that one of the reasons you chose him, or did he contact? How did you get to work with him on this movie? And does it give a push to a movie in South Korea, a famous actor attached to a movie?
글쎄요. 처음에 이 영화 아이디어를 그 배우랑 같이 떠올렸었기 때문에 뭐랄까 시나리오를 다 써놓고 캐스팅을 했다라기보다는 사실은 이미 좀 정해놓고 시작을 했던 게 있었어요. 그러니까 같이 작업을 하기로 해놓고 시나리오를 썼다라고 하는 게 더 순서에 맞겠죠. 첫 번째 그 앞서 여쭤봤던 거는 뭐랄까 이전에 같이 한번 작업했던 적이 있었고 그 과정을 통해서 서로가 어떻게 이제 소통을 하는 것이 더 좋은 방법인지를 많이 서로가 알기 때문에 이번에 그 두 번째 작업 같이 할 때에는 서로 큰 어려움 없이 무탈하게 잘 소통해 나가면서 됐었습니다.
So for the first questions, when we work together. So before we work together, and then we speak same language, so we know how to communicate very well effectively. So we didn't have any difficulty to communicate in this film too. And for your second questions, at first the idea actually they built together. So the film actually started with that actor. So he just put the actor first, and then they start to build the idea again all together. So it was the other way around.
So actually about the funding of the movie, of course, on the internet you find different amounts of budget, so that's sometimes not right. So how much was the budget like, and how was the film funded?
네네네, 예산이 12 million USD.
It's 12 million.
And was it like supported by the government, or more like all as private investors as well that were involved in the project?
아니요, 투자는 투자 회사에서 투자를 했죠. 네.
It's done by the investment company.
When you work with actors in such intense scenes, and also like after the first bombing in very small spaces, is it hard for actors to do? And how do you keep spirits up when you have to film in tight spaces and difficult sets?
그 파우더룸 화장실 같은데 거기잖아요. 거기 찍을 때 되게 그러니까 공간도 좁은데 카메라도 3대씩 들어가야 되니까 막 사실은 막 찍다가 막 서로 발도 밟고 배우 막 몸도 밟은 적도 많고 그렇게 아웅다웅 해가면서 찍었었습니다.
So especially I remember the restroom, and because we always work with the 3 cameras, so it was very it was too crowded. So sometimes, like many times, we step on each other, and then people also like step on actors' body. So it was hard, but yeah.
How did you keep spirits up? How did you keep like everybody happy to work and motivated in this project, even though people were stepping all over each other?
그래도 뭐 영화는 찍어야 되니까요. 뭐 어쩔 수 없죠. 네.
But anyway, we should film it. So.
항상 그렇게 행복하지만은 않았어요. 네.
We're not always happy though.
So obviously we saw amazing stunts as well. What can you tell us about that and about locations? Because I presume that you used a green screen as well, or did you really? Were the most of the scenes we saw were shot in the real locations?
아니요, 다 세트 네로 지어진 실제 로케이션 장소는 하나도 없어요. 다 네, 전부 다 모든 공간이 다.
So all of the locations, it's all set, and then we use the green screens a lot.
And can you tell us something more about the plane scene? Because that looked really spectacular. How did you work on that scene? Yeah, at the end when evac was done, and it seemed that everything will be okay, and then the bombings and stuff at the end. Yeah, it looked, but apparently the Chinese people were bombing the yeah, that one.
그래서 이제 다 이제 비행기 타고 왔을 때 다 우리 도착하고 느꼈는데 이제 갑자기 이제 거기 중국에서 이제 지금 시작했죠. 거기에 되게 스피드하게 있었다고 그게 그래서
그 장면은 찍은 게 아니라 사실은 창밖에 비행기들은 다 CG 였으니까요. 네.
And how did you work on that scene in particular? It's quite complex.
그러니까 직접 찍는 장면이 아니었기 때문에 그 촬영 전에 그런 CG들을 어떻게 설계를 해야 될지를 많이 논의하고, 그러니까 계속 그 CG 화면들을 계속 수정하면서 만들었던 것 같아요. 네. 그렇습니다.
So all the planes outside on the screen, on the window of the plane was all the CG. It was all computer graphic. So he tried to thinking in advance. Yes.
So last chance to ask a question. Dernière chance pour poser une question. Oui, on a des gagnants.
Je vais essayer en français.
I will translate.
Je voudrais savoir s'il a réussi à faire ce qu'il voulait faire, et si c'était pas le cas, comment est-ce qu'il aurait fait mieux s'il n'a pas réussi à atteindre ce qu'il voulait.
So he just asked in French if he was happy with this movie, and if not, if there is anything he wanted to change to make this movie better or more complete.
네, 이 영화를 통해서 제가 현재 느끼는 바는 부족한 부분들은 많이 있지만은 당시에는 제가 할 수 있는 만큼은 다 했다라고 생각하기 때문에 사실은 별로 후회는 없어요. 네. 모자란 부분이 있다면 그거는 제가 모자라기 때문에 그런 걸 테고, 당시 저는 어제 말씀드리지만은 다 했습니다.
I think I've done my best for this movie, so I don't regret. There's no wrangling, so I think there's no regret.
Is there a fun anecdote or story you can tell us from set, or something that happened while promoting this movie?
제작 과정이나 아니면 이제 제작하고 이제 진행하는 프로모션 중에 재밌는 일화 같은 게 있으신지?
없어요.
No.
Okay. So maybe a last question for you guys. Is there another upcoming project that we can expect?
다른 거 생각하고 계신가요?
네, 생각하고 있는 거 여러 개 있는데 그 중에서 뭘 할지를 지금 고민하고 있는 중입니다. 네.
I have several ideas, but I don't know which one that I'm going to pursue, so I'm thinking.
Okay.
Okay, well, thank you so much for this fantastic movie we got the chance to see at this festival. And for everybody here, there will be a signing session now. Il y aura une séance de dédicace. Jullie kunnen nu nog een handtekening vragen.
실제로 만화 작가가 그린 한정판 넘버링이 여기 150장만 한정으로